guys, welcome back to another episode of the Youth Academy Road to Glory. We're in the January transfer window now, so I'm going to need your help as to where we improve the squad, if we improve the squad, because I don't at the moment feel like we lack in any area. We're top of the Premier League, we're in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, first leg of which is today. We've got the FA Cup to come today as well against Derby, and we're in the knockout stages of the Champions League. So far so good this season, all told. We'll get Patrick Guy back from injury a little bit later on in the episode as well. He's on his way back to first team football, and hopefully we'll be back in the starting lineup before the game against Derby in the FA Cup. And from there, we have about 75 million, I think it was, to spend, 74. So if you think there's anywhere that can be improved, do let me know. We have backup at fullback, Harley Cooper. Fullbacks don't need to be high rated, do they really? So Harley Cooper is quick and physical and decent in the tackle, doesn't really need much else. Little is obviously good enough as a backup centre-back, so is Moraes, who can also play in midfield. Backup striker, Nacho, we know all about him. And of course, there's also backup Corn for goal, and then we've been utilising Salah or Bauman in midfield as well. And if it comes to needing another front four or advanced midfield player that is needed due to further injury, then of course, as we mentioned in the last episode, we have Ethan Martin out on loan at Bayern Munich that we can call back at a moment's notice. So I don't really feel like I need anything else at the moment, but if you think that you would like me to improve, then let me know a position that you think I should strengthen in or increase depth in the comment section down below, and then I will add to the squad as and when throughout the course of this window to ensure that we are covered to the max in every area. But at present, it's not a concern for me. Do drop the video a like though if you're enjoying the content, of course, as ever. It really helps the channel out, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more with Manchester United to start. Then after that, it was Brentford in the league as well. The old bogey team from earlier in the save, although we got the better of them last time out. Arsenal in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-finals, which will sim to allow us to play the game against Derby in the FA Cup after that. And then tomorrow will be West Ham, Forest, Arsenal, and hopefully the next round of the FA Cup in there as well, although that may be scheduled for February should we see off Derby, which we certainly should do. Man United are actually only third, but they're a full 12 points behind us at the top of the table. It's basically a two-horse race at the moment, isn't it? And we are on, if you go by the halfway mark where we are right now, for 100 points to beat the fan objective if we can. We've got 40 goals in 19 games. I now need 60 goals in the next 90 games to get 100 points and 100 goals. But we've been ramping up goal-scoring wise of late, and hopefully we'll head to Old Trafford and do it all over again. Manchester United line up with Jimmy Ambrose in between the sticks, Alejandro Balde, Zibani, Bastoni and Fernandes at the back four. Strong midfield three, to say the least. Pedri, Bruno Guimaraes and Bentancur, with Anthony, Wilfred Gnonto is the second top goal scorer in the Premier League right now, and Julian Alvarez still leading the line through the middle. Let me start this first game of the day by saying thank you to Chris for joining the Patreon, especially at the VIP tier as well. Very much appreciated. Thank you. You've done it just in time to get in for the new Sheffield United save, which will start very, very soon indeed. There is still time for those of you that want to come across and join to do so. We'll be creating all of your players, or adjusting those of you that are already on the Patreon with regards to your players in due course towards the end of the week. Over the weekend, perhaps, depending on how much we can get recorded of this save in the meantime. But right now, we're concentrating on ensuring that we can hopefully win 4 trophies this season, which would be a great way to end this youth academy career, wouldn't it? Balde down the line to Anthony. Delivery could come in. May well come in on his right foot. Probably no. He's... Oh, Jesus! Squeezed the cross in, and Pedri squeezed the header in, but Richardson equal to it at the near post, and we won't concede in front of the Stretford end. Hopefully be able to keep Manchester United out for the majority of the game. We've been keeping clean sheets relatively regularly, and even if we do concede, we've been outscoring our opponents. Ball has been flying into the back of the net for us of late, hasn't it? Mainly thanks to a certain Faris Salihovic up top, but other teammates have been getting involved. Alex Fleming's been very creative for us this year. As last year, he's gone under the radar always, Alex Fleming. That's a brilliant ball. And again, Richardson is the only reason why we don't go 1-0 down. Man United are dangerous here. And Wilfred Gnonto proving just why he is where he is in the goal-scoring charts in the Premier League this season. Leao da Silva's on the run down the line, but I'm not quite going to be able to get it to him first time. But maybe this time. And if he can hold off the defender, Leao da Silva will sweep us 1-0 in front at Manchester United. Brilliant finish. Free-flowing move that sees us take the advantage here after 22 minutes. And perfectly timed for the end of a highlight. If you do hear some banging in the background, we're having some work done on the house. But you guys need videos, so I need to continue to record, so do forgive that. Support from Fernandes and into Julian Alvarez. Down the line to Wilfred Gnonto again. And into the middle. Acrobatic to say the least from Francisco, but got the job done. United pressing. And they are pressing on possession loss as well, so that could be exploited throughout the course of the game. We'll look in there to Tommy Edwards, and Salihovic will make me a good run, I'm sure of it. And he's in, and he's... Oh, his touch is sublime. But the block by Zabani is equal to it, and Jimmy won't be conceding any more so far today. Edwards trying to get Salihovic involved. He's not had much to do in this game so far, Faris. And that goal-scoring record isn't gonna beat itself. Do need to keep the goals flowing for him. He's got a hat-trick in every competition other than the FA Cup so far, Faris Salihovic. And the only reason he doesn't have a hat-trick in the FA Cup so far is because we haven't played in the FA Cup so far. And to be fair, his 3 hat-tricks thus far this season all came in back-to-back games in back-to-back competitions. All 3 competitions in a row. Carabao Cup, Premier League, Champions League. And he just knocked out a hat-trick in every single one. Pretty remarkable, and I'm not sure I've ever seen anyone do that in any of my saves previously, so he's certainly making a mark for himself, isn't he, Salihovic, in terms of kind of making himself renowned as a memorable player on the channel over the past however many years we've been making career modes for. Anthony to take the corner short to Julian Alvarez, and will knock that back to Wilfred Gnonto. And here's Bastoni, of all the players on the pitch to score from 30 yards. Not going to be him, is it? 20-ish or so minutes to go. Well, if Faris isn't going to score, can he be creative instead? Fleming, I tell you what, he might score instead. Salihovic is in. Oh, it just bobbled up nicely off his right foot to sweep home with the left. James Ambrose concedes again here at Old Trafford. 91 rated, the man between the sticks, brought in from Fulham. But can't stop us from extending our lead. I really like this third kit that you guys designed for this final season with the gold veining in it. Looks absolutely superb. And as he turned there, it just bobbled up. I'm not sure if he caught it with his standing foot as he was running through. No, it's actually with his left. He planted his left foot, it bobbled up, kind of maybe went through his shin a little bit, and then went in the back of the net. Sorry, Mr. Ten Hag, but you're going to lose this one, pal. Alex, not exactly where I wanted you to head that, to be honest. Thankfully, Francisco's back there to put the work in. But we still can't keep possession. I'm going to lunge at it with Ben Jack to try and block the shot. And Retegi gives Manchester United a little bit of hope here at Old Trafford. Slammed into the back of the net. He could, and actually I think did, get absolutely crunched there. Well and truly. But full-blooded challenge. Full confidence in the striker to get his shot away before he got caught. Oh, he's landed on the top of his head. Oh, hello, TikTok. Christ, that looked painful. He seems to be okay, though, Matteo. It's his first goal of the season, so he's in good spirits still. Although, by the end of the game, they might not be, because they're still losing 2-1. Final whistle sounds at Old Trafford. Despite a late fight back from the home side, we take all 3 points back to Nottingham with us. We're very, very pleased indeed with that. And that will keep the momentum going at the top end of the Premier League table. It isn't the... Oh, and Liverpool drew again with Watford, so the gap extends from 3 to 5 at the top of the Prem. We have won this competition already last season, so it isn't actually the one at the top of my list to try and go for again. Liverpool have offered me an 88 rated Cody Gakpo plus a little bit of money for Francisco there, which we will turn down. But that's an intriguing offer from them. We're not looking to sell anyone at this stage. We're just wanting to improve with the squad if you guys feel like it does need improving. Faris Salihovic is going absolutely bloody nowhere, thank you very much. Up next for us, bogey team Brentford again. And hopefully back at home, we can get the better of them for a second time this season. And that surely will put the bad record to bed for sure. Let's get the better of the bogey team once more if we can. Michael Cooper still in goal for them. Thiago Santos, Jeremiah St. Juice, Lloyd Kelly, Nathan Collins, and Aaron Hickey in there. 5 out of the back. Maths. Then Ike Bravo up top alongside Gutierrez. Mason Mount still in their midfield with Janelt and El Arouche lining up alongside him. This should be... We're in a position now where hopefully these sorts of games just take care of themselves. We're playing a couple of fringe players of our own for this one, as you may well have noticed there from Harley Cooper and Milo Baumann here. So, well, hopefully... Oh, you're offside. Hopefully still be able to get the job done. Is that handball, though? Oh, it is! Right, coming in, Tommy. You've scored some good free kicks for us so far in this save. Let's add another to that, shall we? Just under 3 bars of power. But Mike Cooper able to adjust his feet well enough to ensure that it doesn't go in. That was destined for the back of the net. Collins inside nicely to Lloyd Kelly. Picked off by Cooper. Hickey around the corner to Ike Bravo. 84 rated now, Ike Bravo. So certainly capable enough of causing us some concern at the back. Mason Mount, the new Manchester United man in real life, will deliver the ball. And Man United players and fans alike will be hoping that his delivery is better than that for United. Although he is wearing number 7 for Brentford, just as he is for the Red Devils IRL, which is a nice little touch. But Mason's not having a very good game here at all. But neither am I, if I'm honest. Janelt, nice little reverse ball. Who's fouling who? They've had a shot, half an hour in, it's 0-0. We defended well enough. We don't look likely of conceding a goal. But at the minute, we don't look likely of scoring one either. And I really don't want to draw 0-0 in a game like this. That's a poor pass looking for Edwards as well, but he's won it back. And that's really poor from Brentford. And you just can't do that. With 92 rated players ready and waiting to take it off you and put it in the back of the net. You just can't do that. Brentford caused all their own issues there, and now they trail. To Silva again. I'll try a little scoop turn. It wasn't really a scoop, but it was a turn nonetheless, and it works well. Salihovic. Oh, he's just unstoppable! Until Mike reaches out with the left hand. Untackleable, Salihovic at times. Edwards with the delivery. Can he win the header here, Faris? I actually think he did, but it's gone backwards. Edwards will deliver this, and can Lealbi underneath it? No, Janelt and St. Zeus get it away. Still only 1-0 here. Brentford not being very creative. 1-0 would almost certainly be enough. Yes, West Ham equalising against Man United. You'd love to see it. 1-0 would be enough, but evidently for our own ambitions with goal scoring and points tallies this season, we would like to ensure that we get as many goals as possible. Edwards absolutely should have buried that, and it's disappointing that he didn't. Fleming could be in through a gap there. And he is. And he's on his left. It's a tight angle. Oh, and they're unlucky, Brentford. Sometimes you just have to give it a whack and see what happens. And unfortunately for Brentford on this occasion, what has happened is that it's clattered off St. Just and ended up diverting it past the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. It's really unfortunate for Brentford there. They've been not great, but they certainly didn't deserve that sort of bad luck to come off the hand of the man in the box as well. So had we got handballs on for penalties, it may well have given me a penalty before the ball had even crossed the line, but regardless, it's in the back of the net. We have a second goal, and we will plough on towards another set of 3 points. El Arouche, Janel, just lofting it and hoping for the best here at the minute, Brentford. They don't really seem to have any second game plan. If plan A doesn't work, there is seemingly no plan B, and Salah is just scything through their team at the minute. Oh, no, it was meant for Kai. Oh, we could have got Kai Connick a goal in the Premier League. We still could. Kai! Oh, how sweet would it be to see Kai Connick score in the Premier League? If I can win a penalty, I'd love to have the opportunity to take it with Kai. Carter Little's actually picked up an injury for us there. Just weird, because we were on the attack, and he's my centre-back. But here he is. And, oh, honestly, I can't remember if Kai Connick is right or left-footed. Genuinely. Edwards, from range, straight into the man's face. Kai. Oh, God, he's so clunky. To think that used to be as good as we got up top. Still, the pressure builds on the Brentford goal. No, the pressure has eased on the Brentford goal. That will be game then. By 2-0, we'll win here at home at Patreon Park. And hopefully, in the next sim against Arsenal, we can get ourselves a decent first leg lead in the Carabao Cup semi-final to make things a bit simpler for us tomorrow, because we aim on getting through against Derby in the FA Cup too. Arsenal then in the Carabao Cup. The fact that it's double-legged gives us the opportunity to sim the first and then play the second and either build on what we do in the first or rectify what we haven't done in the first leg. It's how we tend to do the European knockouts as well. So with Dortmund to play in the round of 16 of the Champions League, we will look to do this sort of method in that competition as well. Although obviously we want to win that competition and this competition this year. So when things potentially don't go our way, we will jump in if necessary. But I'm hoping we should be able to get through with relative ease here against Arsenal and Dortmund, and then we don't need to worry about it too much at all. A light injury to Fleming is not great to start the game off in the 20th minute, but he's able to continue, so we'll leave him for now. Patrick Guy is still not back, despite being in light training for 3 weeks-ish, if not more now. He's still not available for me. Arsenal take a 1-0 lead here, though, at Patreon Park through Scott, and it has been all Arsenal, and now it's 2-0 to the Gunners through Sayan. All right, we're in trouble now. That's 3-0 Arsenal through Joao Felix. We might need to jump in here to ensure that this doesn't get out of hand. It may already be out of hand. And it's definitely out of hand now. Lenny Stevens has got himself sent off. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. This is not ideal in the slightest, is it? 4-0 Arsenal. Joao Felix in first half stoppage time. This is not even close. This is by far the worst first half we've had in any game so far this season or in this save. 84% possession for Arsenal in that first 45. I think I'll be jumping in, thank you. I can't afford for this to get any worse. Out wide to Navarrete. Can we get some sort of comeback here? Or not comeback, but even just consolation. We got one. Alex Fleming has buried. And we'll go and pick the ball up, shall we? Maybe? No? Okay, well, 4-1 lessens the deficit by 25%, which is more possession than we had in the first half by a margin. What a ridiculous game of football this has been so far. Valverde into Scott. Arsenal got Manchester United coming up in the FA Cup, so that's going in. Oh my lord, off the bar. Can you Adam and Eve it? Oh, there might be a second red card in this game. Fede Valverde picking up just a yellow for that lunge. Fleming is not happy about it, and you can quite well understand why. He's flown into that. Studs up at shin level. He's lucky to still be on the pitch there, Fede. That could have been 10 men apiece. Saka back to Xavi Simons. Oh, the ball rolls absolutely sold me. And now Joao Felix is in again. He's on a hat-trick, I think, as well. But he's looking for Simons, and he's missed the target, Xavi. I mean, the comeback is on-ish, provided we can have a good game in tomorrow's episode in the second leg. But if they extend it back to 4, I'd say we are out. Leao da Silva's done brilliantly there. And if we halve it to 2, then we're certainly still in it. And that's exactly what we've done. 4-2 in the 86th minute. It's Tom Edwards. Yeah, we're not out of this yet by a long shot. So it's 4-2 then for the second leg tomorrow. And if things could be a bit more straightforward in the next game against Derby in the FA Cup, I'd be very, very pleased indeed. Derby County with Mario Miranda in goal for this FA Cup tie. He's a regen, so's Isaac Devoe at right back. We're playing a 4-2-3-1. Another regen at centre-back, and then Barros and Leyoun elsewhere. Also regens. Louis Sibley still here at Derby County in Season 8. Wearing the captain's armband in that cam roll. We've understandably, heavily rotated for this game. But we should, you already know what I'm going to say, be strong enough to get the win. And Edwards, iconic, wanting to make the move. And doing so, getting brilliantly tackled by the defender in the process. And Leon will find Barros here, who's in behind, but Francisco is equal to it. Ever vigilant at the back, of course. Kai to Edwards. Bit of a poor pass, but would you expect anything less of Kai Connick at this stage of his career? Cooper with the delivery might have found Kai, maybe, if I'd have delivered it a little bit better. I can't really seem to do anything against Derby so far. That's not really the best position to try and shoot from. But we could work something, maybe, training ground-wise. Here's Moraes. The centre-back comes CDM, but he can't find his way through either. Corner for Derby. 3.5 minutes left to go in the half. Oh my god, what? It's so rare that you see things loop like that and stand a chance of going in. But twice in today's episode now, we've seen things like that happen and the ball dropped square on top of the bar. Derby so close to a shock opening goal here. Kai. Dreams really do come true. Kai Connick still has something to give to this football club. Everybody's thrilled for him. His whole team coming across to celebrate with him. We lead by 1-0 against Derby County. And it's iconic Kai Connick himself. Oh, Edwards steals it back. And Kai's here again. Kai Connick. Miranda with the save. We do need an FA Cup hat-trick to beat the fan objective. And so far, Kai is the only man that looks likely of being able to do that on this particular match day. Salah with a delivery from the second corner. Moraes is up. It's going to bobble free and straight to the keeper. And back. Oh, he's nutmegged him. Through the gap nicely. Sibley. Leon. Coran with a relatively comfortable save. That was Daisy cuttering its way towards the bottom corner, but didn't find it because the goalkeeper intercepted it. Not had much to do in cup competitions so far this season, Coran, but when he has been called upon, he's been decent. Kai from a tight angle, off the face of Waters, and no second goal for him or us yet. Salah with the delivery. Moraes with a wonderful header. How is that for shot power and accuracy from the big Brazilian? We lead by 2 against Derby, and that'll be us in the next round of the FA Cup. I see Bukusa. Fleming looking to make the run through. Touch, turn, little ball. Go on, Kai! Go on, Kai! He could have had a hat-trick. You genuinely could. Brilliant stop by Miranda. He's had 5 shots, Kai now. Carter Little's up for this. Is there another header from a set piece? There certainly is. Sorry, Derby. We're just too good for you physically. 3-0 now. Nice block by Cooper. Andressen. Inside to Thompson, picked off by Guimaraes. Is there one last hurrah for Kai? There is not. A 3-0 win, a comfortable advancement in the FA Cup, and I expect the next round to be drawn for tomorrow's episode in the month of January. We've got quite the comeback to do in the Carabao Cup. Any shocks in there? I didn't quite glance any that stood out to me. There will be... Oh! Manager of the month. No! Manager of the year! We won Manager of the Year! Why is it giving me Manager of the... Well, it must be Manager of the calendar year rather than Manager of the season. I'll take it. Thank very much. I don't know as I've ever won that before in any given save. Your boy's Manager of the Year. You love to see it. Is there a news article for that? Maybe. Wood has been named Manager of the Year after leading AFC Chesnoid through an outstanding campaign. What? Is that bugging and giving Manager of the Season, Manager of the Year in January rather than at the end of the actual season? Might be a little bit of a bug, perhaps. That might be a little bit of a bug. West Ham, Forest. West Ham, Forest and Arsenal away is how the rest of the month looks at this stage. Still just over 2 weeks left in the window, so anything that you guys would like me to do can still be done. And we'll find out when the next round of the FA Cup is drawn in due course. I don't want to advance too far in case there's some people we want to scout before making a definitive decision as to whether or not to sign them. So that will do us for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. As ever, do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed, of course, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. And join me tomorrow for the rest of the transfer window and deadline day itself. I'll see you then.